Hello, Isabel here. I'm reaching out today a bit out of the ordinary because something truly amazing has been released. With the new model, Flux now also allows us to edit images using context. And I've already pasted an example here for you to show what that could look like. I created an image with GPT-image-1, also via API, and then I edited the whole thing. And I'll show you exactly how it works and how you can implement it yourself in Make-Com in this video. I'm Isabel, and I'm filling in for Sven while he's on vacation, so you'll be seeing a few videos with me over the next little while. But Sven will be back in a few weeks, and of course I'm looking forward to your feedback, your requests, and your suggestions. Feel free to book an appointment using the link below, and then we can see if we can solve your automation challenges. Now you might say, well, GPT-image-1 can do that too. Yes, that's true. You may have already seen that in another one of our videos, but I find that the results often don't reproduce the original very well. In other words, the image does get distorted and you can clearly see that it's actually a different picture. And that's, at least based on my initial tests, definitely better with Flux Kontext. And in this example, I think you can see that quite nicely as well. I just said at the rainbow, and it really does something pretty cool with it. And I also think the level of detail is really, really good. Of course, it's not exactly the same, but I think it's already very accurate. And in the following, I'll first show you the documentation from Black Forest Labs for Flux.1 Kontext Pro. And then I'll also show you how I implemented the whole thing in Make-Com. So let's continue. In the documentation, which I'll also link for you below in the description, you'll actually find everything you need to integrate Flux.1 Kontext Pro into your automation. And here there are also a few examples, changing the color, changing something about the face, changing the location, and changing the scene. I think it's really impressive how precisely the face of this young woman is maintained. So truly top-notch changing text, changing even more text. If you've watched one of our previous videos about the Flux API, then some of this might seem a bit familiar to you. Basically, you can just copy an old module, add Flux Kontext Pro, and then the prompt, that's now the part for editing the image. So what exactly do you want to change in the image? And then this is crucial. And also the reason why I simply chose it as the input, you need a base64 converted image as input. With image1, this comes out automatically and is simply a specific format that we need here. As for the result, Flux suggests introducing a loop here. We handle it by simply waiting. I think I set it to 30 seconds. By then it should definitely be done, and then we retrieve the result. But that's enough about the basics and the documentation. I think it's most interesting if we just jump straight into the scenario. So I've set up a very simple scenario here. And if you know other videos from us, this might already look familiar to you. We set variables. We create our image with image1. I'll just quickly click in so you can see what's inside. We call the API, provide our API key, and then pass on our information about this image. So we want GPT-image-1 as the model. We want our sanitized prompt to make sure there are no special characters, etc. One result, PNG, and a format that we also specify. And as a result of the process we've just gone through, what you will see coming out on the screen is the outcome I want to demonstrate to you. Let me show you exactly what I mean here. I just need to move my cursor over and click in this area for a moment, and then you'll be able to see it clearly. Exactly, base64 JSON. So what comes out is this string, which we need in order to pass it on to Flux. To show the unedited image, I'm currently uploading this GPT-image-1 to Google Drive, and then I'll go to the second route in the router in Flux.1 Kontext Pro. Now I've got the name right, and it looks like this. We call up the URL, that is the API, Flux Kontext Pro. We provide our X key, which is the API key for Flux. We need body type raw, application JSON, as always. And here I've just hard-coded the prompt because I thought, well, for testing purposes, that's perfectly sufficient. But we could also provide it up front as a variable, or even pass it as input if it's called as a sub-scenario. And then it's very important that you convert this string, you get to a string again. Otherwise, unfortunately, you'll get an error message because it won't be interpreted correctly. So here, simply use data image PNG base 64 and then to string, and then insert the data from your result from image there. Then we're actually already done. We just wait, only 15 seconds, get the result, download it, and upload it. And I'd say, let's just run it quickly. I just need to move aside for a moment. So run once. I'll just leave my prompt as it is. The pink dino drinking wine in a spaceship, and the format is 1-to-1. Here we go. So the scenario ran through without any problems, and I think what interests us most now are the results. So let's get started. I've already opened it up to make the surprise a bit bigger. So here is the original image, which Image-1 generated for us. And I have to say, I'm a big fan. I really enjoy doing this. And the result that Flux created from it is, of course, also a hit. I find it a bit strange how it inserted the rainbow into the stars here. It looks like the dino is somehow zipping along the rainbow. But overall, I think it's already a pretty cool thing. If I switch back for a moment, you can see it actually changed things a bit. So you see here, you have more details, a bit more dramatic lighting. This one here looks a bit flatter overall, but I have to say, overall, super cool, a really great image editor, and this is truly a whole new dimension. I'm also curious to see how it handles faces, for example. So if I upload a picture of myself and edit it, whether the rendering is more accurate even without LoRa, or if I end up being altered again. Oh, well, it remains exciting. I just wanted to show you this really quickly because it's just been released and I'm totally thrilled by it again. I hope you have a lot of fun with it and see you next time. Bye.